And we're streaming. Just wait for it to show up on Twitch. And then I can start
There we go, it's up
minimizing
for me.
this. There we go. Twitch is
Excellent.
up and running. Disable the preview on OBS. Pause the video on Twitch just so I can see the chat. Keep my system resources in check. Okay, right. So where are you at the moment?
Just give me a second, I need to mute Twitch.
Oh yeah. Yes. Now let me have a look. I was going to have a look
There
at.
we go.
Let me check this Python that I'm in because I was going to go try. I was going to try and kit out an anaconda because so I could hold more. I mean, I'm getting, if I fill up at 192, I found a place that's buying them at a reasonable price. So I'm making about 220, 230 million every trip I go and go and sell them, which is, you know, over 200 million per journey back and forth. And it's taken me, say, a couple of hours. And I know it
Not
could
bad.
be more efficient, but that's, you know, that's decent enough for me. I'm not too fussed about that. So let's see. Yeah, this has got the Corvette, hasn't it? And it doesn't sell anything else. Or did it sell? I'm sure this had the crate. Oh, it doesn't. This place doesn't have the crate or an anaconda. Gosh dang it. I went somewhere the other day where I found a Phantom, and I'm really interested in just getting the crate Phantom, sticking it in a station somewhere for use later on, because they're only about 40 something mil to buy. A lot more to kit out, but
Cool.
okay, for now I think I'm happy with what I've got. So I'm going to start heading over to Buran. Let me give you a wing invite. Invite to wing. Oh, I refreshed the Twitch page to get the viewer numbers and it reset the video. There we go. So if I understand correctly, we've got one in Twitch and someone from either YouTube, Mixer or Facebook. Why do I have no sound? I'm sure I switched this to my headphones. Oh, I didn't. There we go. Headphones. There we go. Oh, actually, I'd better just check OBS as well. Mic's working. Discord's working. Yeah, we're good. Yes, yes, I'm leaving. Stop mooning at me. Oh man, engineered thrusters are just like, if I was going to say to anyone, if you had anything to engineer, just engineer the thrusters on a ship. It
Okay.
just, oh my god, the difference it makes is just phenomenal. This, I swapped all my engineered, because the crates and the pythons are so close together in sort of how they are, I took all the engineered stuff off my crate and put it on the python. And
Right.
the difference it's made in just maneuverability and top speed and just everything. It's just, the jump range went up from 13 to 28 light years. It's just phenomenal difference. Yeah, engineering is just like, it's just, I think it's essential. You've just got to engineer stuff to get the best out of everything. Scanning a few ships before I start jumping, see if I can collect some emission data. Oh, someone's getting shot at outside the station. Lol. Banshee. Yep. Okay, that's everybody scanned here, and I've got a couple of emission data. Have you done any material farming yet?
No, not really.
No. Yeah, it's one of those things that's got to be done at some point. It's a pain in the bloody arse. Even with all the material farming I've been doing, sort of on the go, I still don't have enough to go back and engineer anything else really. Yeah. So I've got to go do some specific engineering. Garay Works, that's the one. That's where I need to go to. That's the space station in Baran, which I use as a base for my mining. So how much cargo space do you have in your ASP?
Varies. About the 60 mark.
It's not bad. You fill that up, and we go to the same place that I've been going. I think it's Tabit. T-A-B-I-T. You'll still get like 65 to 70 mil for a full ship there. So
Cool.
it's a decent amount. Yeah, I need to learn to be more efficient with my mining. He literally doubled. It was mining twice as fast as I was yesterday, Bubble. So I really need to learn how to mine faster. That was a hell of a difference. It was literally twice as fast. More than. He filled 512 in less time than it took me to do 192. So, I mean, he's got a bigger ship, so I imagine he basically just has more limpets with longer range and stuff, so he can and more prospectors at the same time, so he can just empty an asteroid, move on to another one, move on to another one, move on to another one, and like 20 limpets are following him around either, just collecting stuff. So we will see. Oh, did Mitch tell you about? I've learned something yesterday. I don't know if you know this. You know, you use J to supercruise and jump between systems. There's actually a separate key just for supercruise. It's in controls, flight miscellaneous. So you know you will undoubtedly have stopped too close to a star before and been pulled out.
I know exactly what this situation that would be useful for.
Yeah.
Yes, excellent.
And like when you're trying to have you done any planetary landings?
I have done quite a few.
Yeah. Have you ever taken off and your destination is obscured by the planet and you have to choose something up? Right.
So you just find something that's on your side of the planet as a local target, use that, jump,
and
switch
then
back.
switch back. Yeah. Well, with this different key, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Whichever way you point in, it will just jump you into supercruise, and then you can just fly a little bit and then point back at your target and go. You don't have to change targets. That was a revelation for me yesterday.
That sounds pretty cool.
All these years, mate, I've been doing exactly what you've just described, about choosing another target to get off the planet or whatever, to get out of the way of the star, and it charges so much. It charges like twice as quickly. So you don't, especially when you're trying to escape a star, you don't get anywhere near as much heat damage.
Yeah.
So it's extremely helpful. Like I say, it was an absolute revelation.
Have you done much stuff with fuel scoops?
Yeah, always use a fuel scoop. Never go anywhere with that one. Even if it's just a low grade one. It's just, I don't ever want to get stuck out anywhere. And now the game tells you where, on a run, it tells you where your last opportunity to fuel scoop is.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an absolute essential. I always put a fuel scoop because I just don't want to get stuck out in the black there. A necessity. Never leave home without it. And here we are. One more jump and we're at Baran. Yeah, before I swapped out my frameshift drive from my engineered crate to this Python, it was 13 jumps from where I was selling back to where I was mining. And now I've put the engineered frameshift drive in, it's 5 jumps back. Which is a hell of a difference. Yeah, it was like 13 light years max and this jump's 26. It's just meh. Engineering for the win. Come on people, join in the video, join in the stream. I'm at 1 at the moment. My average! I might actually just update just the Twitch title a bit actually. Pop in their path to affiliate. people are quite nice when it comes to things like that. They like
Mm-hmm.
to help, the communities like to help out. Affiliate, yes. There we go. Oh no, I thought I'd flown straight past it. Right, turning my wing beacon on. Are you on joysticks or do you still use keyboard and mouse?
Mouse.
Yeah, me
Keyboard and
too.
mouse.
Mick's really got into grips with the joystick thing, but I just cannot deal with it.
I'd like to.
I just can't deal with it. I've tried on a number of occasions and I just can't. I just find it less accurate, which is the opposite of what everybody else says. It's more accurate, but I just cannot get on with it. I bought the X52 Pro specifically for Elite, but I just cannot get on with it. I just find it so much easier to fly using a keyboard and mouse. I would like to finish engineering my sensors. That's great because it widens the angle at which you can scan to almost 90 degrees, I think, once you finish, which is just, you know, a 90-degree cone away from where you're looking. It's like if it's in front of you in any way from 90-degree left all the way around, it's like a 180-degree field of view. 90 degrees to the left, 90 to the right. As long as it's in front of you, you can scan it, which is just brilliant for gathering emissions data because you don't need to go pointing your ship in odd directions all the time to scan stuff. Extremely helpful. There we go. See, like there's a, I don't know if you're looking, there's a Cobra way outside my range view there. I couldn't even see it on the screen, but it would scan. It's lovely. Scanners and thrusters, and frame shift drive, and power distributor. Everything, really, I suppose. Get it all engineered. It's fab. Oops. What did I do? Why is someone threatening to shoot me? I accidentally brought up the Steam overlay. I can't imagine that would have annoyed anyone in game. Someone's just said, I'm going to boil you up. I'd much rather you didn't. Yeah, are you on my stream?
Yep.
Just, let me see if I could show you the brilliant benefit of the scanners. No, I don't seem to be able to right now. High wake. Right, it's time to dock, load up on limpets, and head out into the asteroid field.
Oh, helps you put your landing gear down.
It certainly does.
Then why the flip can't I land on this?
Whereabouts are you?
Just a little Mark orbital, sorting my ship out.
Ah, gotcha. Right, let's get some limpets. Restock. It has become clear that getting about I've got there? Getting, say, 75% of your cargo space filled with limpets is about enough. And if you do run out whilst you're in the middle of it, you can actually synthesize more of them, as long as
Cool.
you've got the components, which I think I'll have just grab a quick look in a second. And it's really cheap to synthesize them, just in case you do run out. You got, so you get 4 each time, and it's 10 iron and 10 nickel.
Right.
And that will synthesize you 4 limpets, just in case you run out before you finish mining. So it's really easy to do. Oh, that was another revelation Bubble told me as well. Have you ever had your canopy crack yet and have to run back to a
Yes.
station? You have. You know, your oxygen depletes.
Mm-hmm.
You can synthesize more oxygen
I
on
know.
your way. You knew that one. I didn't.
Yep.
I had no idea. You can also synthesize heat sinks and chaff, repair your SRV, refuel it, bullets, plasma munitions. Oh yeah, and a frameshift drive injection. Ooh, for an extra 25% at distance. That's cool. Oh wow, I've maxed out one of my resources, carbon. I've got 300.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst mining, you get some, not very often, but you do get every now and then. You do get some quite rare materials, even though they're grade 1 materials. Like everything out of everything I'd done, I'd never collected any vanadium. And then whilst I was mining, I'd started collecting vanadium, and it's a grade 1 material, so in theory it should be easy to collect, but I found it really
Yep.
hard. Hello viewer, welcome in. Today we are mostly doing mining, earning vast amounts of cash so that we can just relax on the money front and do other stuff later. Why did I just click exactly the same thing? Good, good. Yeah, good. Right. Okay. I'm ready to go. I'll head out there, and
Cool.
then you'll know where to. You'll be able to find me with the beacon. My stream look alright to you? Everything looking normal,
Yeah, it looks fine.
smooth. I wonder if it's the fact that it's not full screen that puts people off. I wonder if the fact that I'm using the ultra wide, which makes it sit in the middle. Just that, like, for you, no criticisms. Yourself
It makes it
and
look like
Mitch.
it's VR,
Does
or it
it?
might be VR.
Does it?
We could, yeah, because that's one of the things that happens with VR is that you get the wide aspect ratio. You tend to.
It's true.
So I wonder whether people put those two together.
Yeah. Just that, yeah. Like Mitch was streaming yesterday, and he pretty much straight went up to like 5 and 7s and 9s. And people tend to drop by mine and then leave. And I'm just wondering if it's a side effect of me having this ultra wide screen. It'd be a bit of a shame, but obviously I can't re-render it at a different resolution and play it at this resolution. I can certainly make it go full screen, but you lose information on the left and the right. Although, to be honest with you, there's not that much information on my left and right. If you look at the stream, the actual left and right is pretty empty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hello, greetings, Commander. How are you? You're on Twitch, yeah. Welcome in, Unholy Torkel. Thank you very much for joining us. I was just about to have a little play with the stream, see if I could make it look a little better. So your opinion would be greatly appreciated, because I was just pondering whether the ultra-wide aspect ratio was making it a bit less cool. Display capture, so I wanted to increase it. Okay, why is it being weird? Didn't used to do that, that's pretty strange. Okay, we're in the middle, stretch it out, wide, and wide, and now go that way, and then that way. And then how does that look? Let's see. It's going to fill the screen now, obviously. Oh yeah, and you still get a decent view of... That's got to be better. Still getting a decent view of everything.
Looks better.
Yeah, it's filling the screen now, isn't it? And you're not losing much on the left and the right. In terms of the stream, no one's really going to mind what's on the extra. I still get the extra width, but the stream doesn't care. There we go. Let's see how that works. How are you then, Mr. Torkel? Having a nice Sunday? Let's see if I can get my detailed surface scanner to work for once. Been having real trouble with it lately. It just hasn't been working properly. You know how it highlights in red spots on the rings? Yeah, it's not been working for me for the last time. Pirating a planet, stealing all of its rocks. I like it. Material farming then, essentially. But I like the way you put it, that's cool. Pirating a planet. Come on, surface scanner, be good to me today. Give me the bloody spread. No, it's still not doing it. What am I doing wrong? Mitch was watching yesterday and he couldn't figure it out either. Neither could Bubble. They couldn't figure out why it wasn't... it does like a wave all the way around.
Yeah, I had it do that and just quit and restart, and it worked. It sorted it out for me.
Yeah, that's twice now. I did it yesterday. Playing yesterday morning, didn't work. Quit desktop, back in yesterday afternoon, didn't work. Quit desktop, back in last night, didn't work. Quit overnight, back in today, still not working. It's making me feel like I'm doing something wrong for the surface scan to get these rings showing up. I don't know what it is I'm doing wrong. I blast the ring. So you think it might be getting dragged in towards the planet. Okay. I think the last time I did it, I may have done it rather than directly downwards, I may have done it sideways. Let's try that. No. I'm using the right one, right, Torkel? The surface scanner.
Yeah.
It's the right one, isn't it? Yeah. Let's try getting a bit closer.
So does it say ring when you hit scan now?
Does it say what, sorry?
It must say ring when you...
Ring.
It'll tell you what you're going to scan.
Yeah, that's definitely firing one.
Yeah.
Because it says here probes, and you've got an infinite number of probes. I can like fire 1, fire 2, fire. That's 3 probes fired. So definitely firing probes. But no, nothing. I mean, it's not the end of the world because I've scanned it. I do know where all the LTD hotspots are, and I can find the triple hotspot and the middle one manually. But I'd like that visual reference of the circles overlapping. Because yesterday I stopped somewhere where it wasn't quite as obvious. Yeah, maybe it's because I've already found everything. I just really want the red circles to show up to show me exactly where I am. Still, I pretty much know that the triple hotspot is around the other side of the planet, away from Garay Terminal, so we'll head around there. Right, I think we're getting close. I'm going to try again just here, just for the sake of it. I don't know why it takes me to this different screen either. No, it's not mapping it. Percentage mapped 0. Oh, you are puzzling me. Strange game. Where is it going to? That's hitting the ring, for sure. Screw it. I don't care. There's the triple hotspot. They all ought to be close to each other on the map here. It's got to be one of these 3. There it is. It's got to be one of those 3. Get a bit closer and that should do the job. So we've got low temperature diamond hotspot. Oh, it's not this one? Okay. There. It's got to be one of you guys, right? Yes, here we go. Right, so this is got to be the triple overlap. And somewhere in here is probably the best place to go. So let's get as close as we can. Take that surface scanner off my fire groups as well now. We'll drop in. I do love the way the rings turn from cloud-like, well, from complete flat rings into cloud-like looking things, and then into asteroids as you get closer. It's fabulous.
Have you got your wing signal on?
Yep, I turned my beacon on. Double check. Yeah, wing beacon is on. I'm in Boran, B-O-R-A-N-N. Now here's another puzzler that's been bugging me. I have this low temperature diamond hotspot selected, but I don't get the safe to disengage message when I'm below 1,000 kilometers. Again, not a big issue, just a bit of a why not? Right, well, I'm going to drop when I'm about 100 kilometers away, and then just work my way in. Use that as a reference point. Right then, there we go. Prospectors, time to get on. I think Mr. Torkel. I think Mr.
Didn't
Torkel
stock up on any damn limpets.
may.
I literally just hit launch. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Well, you could synthesize, depending on how many materials you've got there. You could synthesize a
No,
few.
I don't want to waste my materials on that. It'll take me a second to launch and come back.
Yeah. Here we go. Right, so let's get me ship set up ready. First rock, fail.
Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Prospect to limpet failed. Prospect to
Lame.
limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Prospect to limpet failed. Prospect to limpet
What?
engaged.
I'm in a triple overlapping hotspot, and that's the third rock that's got no low temperature diamonds in it.
Prospect to limpet failed.
Doesn't happen very often.
Prospect to limpet
Alright,
engaged.
I'm getting freaked out now. Am I definitely in the right place?
Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Prospect to limpet failed. Prospect to limpet engaged.
Still no diamonds.
Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Prospect to
This is
limpet
not particularly
failed.
efficient, is it? Hey, there we go. Diamonds. Oops.
Asteroid scan
Bump.
complete.
Bit too close there.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
Oh, it's because I haven't got my cargo scooped down. Wondered why it was threw me out so quickly. Ooh, where are your shields?
Oh, I ran into the dock because I forgot to request access and
Oh
then had a
god,
bit of
yeah.
panic. Yeah.
Panic escape.
Asteroid defeated.
Yeah, I've done coal mining as well. I actually had my ship set up for either core mining or surface mining, and I'm pretty certain there are benefits to having it set up for both. But to be honest
I
with
think
you,
so.
I've actually just changed it recently just so that it just does surface because it was quick enough for me. I'm
Oh, interesting.
filling up 100. I'm filling up 200 tons. You know, fast enough for my liking. I'm not in any rush. You do yield a little bit more from core mining, obviously, but um, I just found that surface was enough. Keep me happy. Not in any rush.
Prospect to limpet
I'd rather find
engaged.
some more asteroids that actually had something in them, like, but whatever.
Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Prospect to limpet failed.
Jeez. I'm not happy with this hotspot. I do not normally go this many asteroids without finding something. Maybe I am in the wrong place. I'm pretty sure this is where they overlap. This is the worst start I've ever had. Hopefully it'll get better. This is crazy. I'm glad I can synthesize limpets because I'm just wasting them all prospecting here. Alright, I'm starting to get a bit tripped out now. I don't know if I am actually at the right spot. This is just far too many rocks that don't have anything. I'm gonna bail here and just check this out. I'm not convinced. I've in the last 2 days that I've been doing this, I have never gone through so many rocks without having some percentage. That was like 5 rocks in a row that had just no percentage of.
Well, that sounds more like my experience of it.
When you're in the triple hotspot, it's sort of every other rock has some percentage.
Because
even if it's like
I
5.
heard that triple hotspots didn't affect LTDs, but like they do painite.
No, it's definitely had an effect for me. I mean, I literally have been mining, and every other asteroid had low temperature diamonds, literally no more than 1 in 3. And you would find some diamonds, even if it was only 5%. But I've just gone through, I don't know, 5, and there was not anything. I think it's that one over there. No, it's not this one. Ooh, the smell of brownies cooking from the kitchen. Very nice. Yeah, you know, I might have been at the right place after all. Just being very unlucky. I usually go for the middle one, which you'd think would be better because you've got its own hotspot plus the other 2 that overlap it. You'd think that would be the best place, but that's the worst experience I've ever had. Double spot there. See, if I had the bloody surface scanner showing me the dots, I'd know exactly what I was doing. I'd know for sure when I was in the right area.
I had this problem. If you get above the rings, then you can see looking down, and then you can see which of those normal target points are likely to overlap and put yourself in the middle of them.
Yeah, I think I've found.
It's much harder to tell from alongside like you are at the moment if you get square on.
Yeah. Give that a try. See there, that's not a triple hotspot either, it's just a double, unless that's the third. Okay, well that's a double. Just wish it had shown me the overlap. Oh, what the hell was that? Just nothing. I don't get this surface scanner being the first time I ever used it, it worked fine for me.
Pardon?
The detailed surface scanner, the first time I ever used it, it worked absolutely fine and it showed everything up as nice glowing hotspots. And then it's never worked.
It's worked well for me.
Yeah, it's just
all at once.
not working again, not working anymore for me. No, I think I was in the right place. I feel like I've pretty much gone all the way around now. Must have just been getting unlucky. And it's this one, right? Nope. Oh dear. It's got to be these. I'm just going to get closer to this one, I think. Whoops. Nearly completely overflew it. You. That'll do. Dropped out a bit too high up, but whatevs. Maybe if it works when you get here, you can find the overlap and I'll come join you. Of course. Okay, well, here we go. 7.67%.
Asteroid scan
I might just go for it anyway. Ooh. Am I going to do this again? Crash into something. Burst quick before the asteroid hits me. Oh my word, you should have seen how close that was. Wow. I just managed to back out the way before it blew me apart. Well, smashed into the side of me, should I say. Man, I'm running out of coffee quick today. It's probably obvious, but I found another really efficient way of mining it is to be as close as you possibly can to the asteroid, because then your collector limpets have a lot less distance to travel. But this time round I've also gone with a bigger refinery, so that I've got 10 bins instead of 6. It's not actually affected anything really.
Okay.
Just a nice little rearrangement of my loadout, and I managed to get more bins, because I was finding that there was more than 6 different types of element out here, and so I was getting to a stage where I was collecting too much and having to manually empty them every now and then.
Okay.
But that's no longer a problem. The higher the bin count, obviously the more stuff you can do. No diamonds.
Asteroid scan complete. Programming eco-drone. Prospector limpet failed.
And this one's got diamonds. This is more like it. Every other one you go to, it's much more like it. Even if it's a low percentage, it's been sort of every other asteroid has something to collect. Man, I remember when collector limpets didn't exist either. These are so helpful. Imagine trying to collect all of this by lowering your cargo scooping. You know, these things are collecting like 30, 40 fragments in less than a minute. It's just, it was crazy.
Programming eco-drone. Prospector limpet failed.
Which planet are you at?
It's Baran A2.
Engaged.
3.98%, that's a bit low, but I don't care. I'm just mining everything today. Mine it all. Right, whilst those limpets finish what they're doing, I'm going to go toilet and grab another coffee. Be back in a sec.
objective detected.
I'll just be back in a sec. Dog's
Okey-doke.
just needing a bit of attention, toilet time.
Okey-doke.
Yeah, multitasking today.
Nice.
Keeping half an eye on the dog. Reformatted Sue's PC, swapping it over, cloning it with an SSD.
Nice.
Making coffees, mining. He's so much better than he was just a couple of weeks back though.
Good.
So much better. Before it was like every 2 minutes you had to keep your eye on him, but now it's getting towards like hours between. It's so much more relaxing. But I thought about it the other way in a completely, I don't know, you tell me, sensible or stupid way. Babies take X amount of time to grow up, and since dog years are 7 times faster than human years, it should be 7 times quicker for him to get out of the baby stage.
Yeah, definitely. They're pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like my logic?
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
I was hoping though. I was hoping so. Oh hey, hey Bubble. That's right, you are a mod here. Well, welcome back. ED Engineer. Yeah, it was giving my PC some serious issues. It was did not like it at all, and once I'd uninstalled it, it felt a lot better. So yeah, whether it was just an incompatibility or something, my PC did not like ED Engineer. The one that updates the prices is fine. That one's happy. Can't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure it would have been the website for it rather than a third party. I'm no noob when it comes to that. Don't download things from third party websites. Only the official website for something. Not that it always means anything, but I'm an IT engineer for a school, the IT engineer for a school, so it should mean that I know what I'm doing. Doesn't always. That's right, GitHub, yeah. That's where it was. Yeah, that'll do.
Complete.
Ah, I forgot my coffee. Oh, I forgot to deploy collect Olympics. I am not having a good day today, am I? I don't know what I'm up to today. I really don't. Feel like I'm on some kind of drug or something that's making me completely forgetful. I'm forgetting to deploy collectors. I'm just going mad. There we go. That's asteroid depleted. Well, God, no, don't go into a roll. Just steady on. Right. Excuse me. Coffee. You finished making my coffee, wench? Oh, what was that?
I'd make your coffee and you'd still bitch about it.
That's because you make it crap. You make crap coffee live on stream.
Don't make any coffee on your stream.
That's because you make it crap. But we just established that. I think I need a super giant mega flask sized mug.
No, you just need to stop drinking soon.
Why? It's decaf. That's how I get my fluids in. Is he still outside, Ev? Yeah. Okay. I don't need any pips in system right now, mate. I do not need any pips in system. It's fine. Plenty of energy in there, even if I do crash into a roid. It's all good. Yeah, 10%, that'll do.
Asteroid scan complete.
Yes, it's slow today. I'd normally be at 30 plus by now, and I'm only at 13. Yeah, Bubble, my surface scanner is still not working. I'm still not getting the highlighted hotspots. Not the end of the world. There's an ignore list. That's cool. Thank you. It's useful. Let's check that. That's good to know. I didn't know if you knew that, Phil. There's an ignore list.
Yeah, there is an ignore list.
Do you know where it is?
I don't know where it is, but I did know it existed.
Okay. Filters, maybe? No. Oh, left panel, contact, okay.
Because that makes sense.
Fragment water, add to ignore list. Yeah, I see it. Ah. Add water to ignore list. Hydrogen peroxide water. Add hydrogen peroxide to ignore list. Hydrogen peroxide to ignore this. Nice one, Bubble. That was extremely useful. We should be soon, yeah. Mining together, he says. Yeah, he's going to pop over and just join me.
Yeah, I'm near you. I'm mining away.
You're nearby.
Yeah, about 60 clicks.
Yeah, there are some advantages to mining close together, because if you mine an asteroid that I'm also mining, it doesn't reduce the content.
Oh, really?
No, Bubble, join in. Pop in, mate. Just join in and do some mining. You can embarrass me by mining twice as fast as me again. Can't
Come
believe
on,
you managed to fill.
collectors, get going.
Yeah, can't believe you managed to fill 512 last night, whilst I only did like 200. Desperately embarrassing. But I'm working on money so I can then work on Empire Grind so I can get myself a cutter. Bloody rides. Where's all the diamonds today?
Asteroid scan complete. Programming looping drone.
Yeah, when we go sell up, we need to wait for each other as well, Phil, because there's
Okay.
actually a trade dividend for being in a wing.
Nice.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Maybe you can answer me, Bubble, on that one. I was looking at a Corvette yesterday, sorry, not Corvette, the Anaconda, and it seemed to have less optional internal modules than Python. Now maybe that was just me being stupid, but it seemed to have less optional internals. Maybe less of the larger sizes, perhaps more of the slightly smaller than, say, Class 6. But I've always wanted a cutter anyway, which is one of the other things. I've just always wanted to get a cutter ever since I first saw it. I really like the look of the Imperial ships. Definitely has more. Yeah, I thought so in terms of it should have more because it's a bigger ship. I thought that should be the case, yeah. Methanol monohydrate crystals, okay, so it's still collecting some stuff that I don't need it to.
Asteroid depleted.
God, I've got 13 water already. I've still only 15 diamonds. Man, this is a bad day. Huh? Include the restricted. The military restricted one? Oh, you've got me on that, mate. What does that mean? Military restricted Anaconda? Or I have no idea what you're talking about, Bubble. That's a new one on me again. Yes, finally, a 26% bloody asteroid. Size 5 restricted slot. Interesting. Have to keep my eyes open for that. Ah, good. There's 3 people in the stream now. got it. Not much use for mining, but yeah. Shield cell banks, hull reinforcements. Right, yeah. Once I've made a few more hundreds of millions, I might kit out an anaconda to do this for me instead. And I see one of the reasons why you were so much more efficient yesterday. When your limpets are only collecting low temperature diamonds, you don't have to spend as much time hanging around.
Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed.
Oh, dang. I need to tweet out. I think Bottissimo may have tweeted a load of bollocks to me. Yeah, let me just solve that for you.
Scan complete.
You're already in a wing. No, I'm just in the wrong person because I'm an idiot. There you go. What was I going to do? I'm just going to do something. Oh, that's right. Tweety tweet. Oh, 34% asteroid. That's more like it. Now we're starting to cook with gas. Now that I've figured out this, or I've been told about this ignore list, I may actually be able to get a lower class refinery, and perhaps.
I only have a 2. It's fine.
Yeah, I see. I upgraded mine yesterday because of.
There's no real need for it.
Yeah, now I've got this. Found out about this, or been told, should I say, about this ignore list. I might be able to. I might swap that out for a lower class one with a lower bin count because it's not going to fill up with other crap stuff. Hey, Bubble.
Hello.
How you doing, mate?
Good. How about you?
Not bad. Don't know if it's anything to do with you or not, but you're a bit quiet. I don't know, Phil. Do you agree, or
Yeah,
is it just
very
me?
quiet.
Very quiet.
Hold on.
We can fix it, Aaron, by turning your volume up in Discord if it's not something you can control.
Yeah, that's what I've just done.
How about now?
That's much better, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll just increase the volume a little bit here as well. There we go. Yeah, thank you for the info, Bubble. You've given me a lot of good information recently, and it's been very much appreciated.
I try.
You try and you succeed. Right, let's get me some tweet out. Anyone know hashtags for elite? Like elite dangerous, probably.
Wouldn't know. I don't use Twitter.
I'm just trying to increase my viewers. Path to affiliate. Twitch TV, and finally Bottissimo. Whenever I tweet, I did a bit of a follow for follow to get plenty of followers at first, which is not a very cool way of doing it, but plenty of follow for follow, and then once you've started that, you tend to then get lots of retweets from people. So I've now stopped. I've now stopped doing follow for follows, but yeah, it tends to work really well now.
Nice.
I get plenty of likes and retweets from people who are gaming, like support small streamers is a good one, and Twitch TV is a good one. Tend to get quite a few retweets and things from that, and hopefully that turns into viewers, even if they just pop by and say hello for a little while. There we go. Right, next rock.
Programming Lurk drone.
How long have you been at it?
Prospecting and
Too long for the amount that I've collected. I've not had a good morning for it. My discovery scanner is still not showing me the overlap zones, so I'm having to find them manually, and I'm just not convinced that I'm getting the right places. You know what I mean?
I mean, you did find a 35% one.
I did, yeah. So I'm hoping. I started out and I actually
Lurk drone.
went through about 5 asteroids without finding anything, and I just moved.
See,
Went somewhere
I
else.
don't want to
So
move it in, but I've had pretty much every single one I've scanned has come up good.
yeah, I mean it's much better now. Now I've
I'm
moved,
not
it
that
is
far away
definitely
from
much
you.
better. Oh yeah, I've got 2 asteroids here. One's 35%, the other one's 24. So it's definitely getting better by a long way. But
Nice.
yeah, the first time I came out here, it just did not seem to be working properly at all. Ah, yeah, you can show Dexter on stream if you want. This is a core asteroid. I could actually blow this one apart, but I'm not going to bother.
Why is it two?
What makes you think
Just
that's a core one?
because of the surface, and I can see some fractures.
The prospector would be telling you if it was a core one.
Oh, okay,
Some asteroids have surface deposits but don't have a core.
gotcha. Oh yeah, I don't know if I finished telling you, Phil. If we go and sell up together in a wing, you
Yeah,
get
we get a
trade
5%
dividend.
bonus or something.
Yeah, 5% bonus of whatever anyone else sells, which is
I saw that on your stream yesterday, or Mitch's stream, whichever
yeah,
one.
that was really cool. Another valuable piece of information from Bubble that was
Want
yesterday.
Fitbit?
Yeah, why? That's the one that needs the thing to charge on it.
I thought it was the other one.
No, that's the one that needs the little clip to charge.
Oh yeah, it is.
Hmm. I may have moved onto this asteroid a bit too soon.
And so,
There appears to be loads of white dots on my radar, which I figure are still fragments which it's not collecting, or those are possibly the fragments that I've told it to ignore.
Yeah, or there could be mine. I don't know.
I don't see you on the map, so I think I must have depleted this asteroid by now, so I'm just going to let these limpets do their thing.
you could always just look at the fragments and press T and see what they are.
Yeah, they were. It had got busy with the ones that I'd just mined. Now it's going back to the other ones. I'd just jumped onto this asteroid a bit too quick. The ignore list actually doesn't even show them up on the radar anymore, does it?
I don't think it does.
Yeah, which is useful because then you know you don't get cluttered. You don't get a cluttered radar with stuff that you're not actually collecting. which is actually very helpful. Now we're cooking. We're up to 43 now. Starting to get there. Yeah, my final run last night, Bubble, in the evening. I came back and played about 11 o'clock. My final run got me to trade rank elite. Wasn't expecting that at all. Had no idea I was so close, so it was a complete surprise.
Yeah, trade rank is like only made up of profits from selling. That
That's
includes
right.
trading and mining and anything.
Yeah, anything you sell, isn't it?
Yeah. And since mining gives you such insane profits, it's pretty easy to reach trade elite with mining.
Oh, it's not collecting sulfur. Why are you not collecting the sulfur?
Maybe it's full. I mean, it
Inventory
doesn't
full.
say.
Oh, you're right.
It doesn't say
Inventory full.
inventory full.
Yeah. Inventory full. No, cargo capacity 144 of 192.
Sulfur is a material.
Oh, that means I've actually got full of sulfur. Oh, sweet. Nice. Yeah, there it is. 300 of 300. Nice. Gotta love that.
Programming limpet drone. Prospect to limpet failed.
I'm sure I know the answer to this, Bubble, but I'm sure you'll be able to answer it for me as well. Can you get controllers, limpet controllers, prospector controllers that can control more than one?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Size 3 and 5 and
Yeah.
7.
Cool. I could do with one that controls at least 2, I think, for more efficient mining.
What size is your refinery?
I've actually got a 10 bin refinery, which I just don't need. Now I know
So
that it's an
the
ignore list, I can reduce that down to a minimal refinery.
so you have a 4A then.
Yeah, something like that.
You can probably just swap out the refinery and the prospector controller then.
Yep, just swap them over. Yeah.
Because like even the I think the 1A size 1A refinery already has 6 bins.
Excellent.
So the size 4 one is kind of unnecessary.
Yeah.
Prospect limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Asteroid depleted. Programming limpet drone. Prospect to limpet failed. Prospect to limpet engaged.
What's up?
Asteroid
Oh,
scan
upstairs.
complete.
Just when we were giving him lots of praise, he seems to have gone a bit mad today.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Big Ship Cutter.
Asteroid scan complete.
It is a very pretty ship. I do love the look of that cutter. Always have. From the very first moment I saw them released, I was like, oh my god, I love the cutter. So I always liked the Clipper,
Prospector limpet failed.
and then the cutter's just like a giant version of it. It's beautiful. The Empire ships are definitely prettier than the Federation ones.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
that's a
mean,
nice
the
high.
majority of the community would agree in terms of looks.
Yeah,
Asteroid scan complete.
I do like the way they look for sure.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
That was a bit too close.
I bounced off a couple myself this morning. Oh, someone's scanning. Oh yeah, of course, we turned up, so someone's decided to
Oh,
get rowdy. It's alright, I actually changed my loadout on this one, so I've got some offensive weaponry as well now.
don't bother.
You'll wipe him out, won't you, pretty quick. And that, I assume, was him exploding.
Hmm.
Dumb pirate. I know, I'll attack a wing of 3 people with my tiny little ship against an Imperial cutter. That's a smart move.
I mean, to be fair, if you're attacking miners, there's a good chance they don't have weapons.
I suppose, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a fair point. Okay, next.
Someone crying in the background.
Yes, yes, the dog. Unless one of my daughters and the dog are just having a bit of a play.
Oh.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed.
So where's Phil?
I'm slowly making my way towards you.
Is your wing beacon on?
No, I don't think so. I'll turn it on in a sec.
Programming limpet drone. Asteroid scan
To be
complete.
honest, I'm not far off a.
Failed.
Yeah, full hold already.
No, I'm like 20 out of 60, so I'm doing okay.
Okay.
I just found another asteroid.
Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete.
Why, is he just in another one, Cal?
What?
Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete.
Stay out for a minute.
So weird. All that praise I was just giving about Dexter's and his toileting habits is now weed twice in the kitchen. Fortunately, it's a solid floor, but just no idea why all of a sudden today is being a bit awkward. Strange animal.
Well, that was a yelp.
Yeah, he's just at the back door at the moment. In the garden. Hopefully learning a bit of a lesson. I'm amazed you heard it from all that way. I barely heard it myself.
I mean, you're wearing headphones, aren't you?
Yeah, the thought occurred to me as soon as I said it. Stop making me feel foolish.
I'm not doing it intentionally, I swear.
No, it's just me being foolish. Stop pointing it out, that's a better way of saying it.
All too easy.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Nada.
Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
2%. Jesus.
Asteroid scan complete.
Is that one you found over there, Bubble? That's got a good percentage.
That's 26.
Nice.
Collector limpet expired. Collector limpet expired. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
The girls ate all the eats, so I need to go get some greens for dinner tonight.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting it there.
You know what?
Still not found the pot.
Right, I'm going to take the dog out quickly. I'll be back in about an hour.
Alright, Phil? Yeah. Once
So,
I've loaded up here, I may head off
but
myself.
I'm guessing you've got a little bit more mining to do yet. So
Yeah, just a bit.
yeah,
I'm at, let's have a look, 55 of 192, so...
okay, so you've got more than an hour probably before you're full.
But after I've done this one load, I'm probably going to take a break.
That's cool.
But we'll see
Well,
you in a
I'll
bit, no doubt.
probably see you for the end of your load, and we'll go and sell it.
Yeah, maybe see you in a bit.
Cool. See you in a bit,
See you
guys.
later, Phil.
See ya. there's a 34 above you,
Above me.
like an asteroid
Um,
with 34%.
I mean, you mean literally above me? Like if a point go upwards, I feel like I'm a bit.
Yes, and now a bit to the left.
Ah, is it this one?
Hold up. That one.
Okay with that, it's like
Programming liquid drone.
10 minutes late, but
No, to your left.
Limpet failed.
Okay, babe. In a bit. All right, Dexter, calm down.
Yeah, just follow me.
Ooh, this one's 31% as well.
Does it?
Yeah, this one 31%, and then there's another one there. That's going to be double awesome.
That is very high pitched.
He's only a puppy. Yeah. He's little, so he's got a very high pitched bark, and he really likes the misses. Come here, Dexter. Come here. Good boy.
Collector input expired. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Asteroid depleted.
And another one behind us then. Is that right? Another
Mhm.
high value one behind us.
Okay.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed.
Yeah, 27%. More like it.
Asteroid scan complete.
Have I gone too far away from my limpets? Yeah, I think I have.
Asteroid depleted. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed.
There's low temperature diamond fragments over there. Curious.
Hmm.
There's low temperature diamond fragments over. I've just changed where I'm facing, having finished with that one, and there's fragments of low temperature diamonds behind this rock. Don't know
Maybe
how
you
they.
didn't finish collecting.
Perhaps. Curious.
There's a 34% over there.
Nice. Are you heading towards it now?
I'm just mining the same one as you.
Okay. Alright. Where's the 34?
To my right. I'll show you in a sec.
Just to the right, or is it a bit further across?
If you look on your scanner, you can see all the fragments and stuff, right? And the white dots.
Yeah.
The triangle ones are limpets.
Yeah.
Just look for the one that's the prospector that isn't depleted. Like on your scanner.
Is that the one that's square all the way over to the right? Miles over.
To my right. That's probably your left.
I think I'm facing the same way as you.
Here, hold up.
Yeah.
Contacts, prospector. That one. The one I have targeted right now.
Yeah. And that's... There we go, got it. Targeted your target, which is... No,
You're looking at the right one.
this one?
Yeah. Says 34%, doesn't it?
Oh yes, so it does. But, wait, no, I can't. Oh, there's your limpet. Right, got it, I see it. No, I was just getting a bit confused over where the limpets actually were then.
No.
Cool. A whole bunch of retweets. That's more like it. We're into the 70s now.
Prospector limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
Crappy.
Asteroid scan
Is it?
complete. Programming
Yeah,
limpet
but a
drone.
couple of them. That one's got nothing. The other one had like 8%. And also empty of any diamonds as well.
Asteroid scan complete.
Let's go. There's a nice big bunch of asteroids here. Check some of these out.
Programming limpet drone.
I really can't wait to get a higher rated limpet controller so I can throw a few out at a time.
Asteroid depleted.
Damn it, depleted that one already. I wish there was a way around that as well.
Depleting them?
Complete.
Yeah, it'd be lovely if there was a way around depleting them. No, knowing which ones you've actually depleted.
A good thing to do is just pick a destination that's like kind of far away and just like fly towards it as you mine.
That's what I've been doing, but I'm just so dumb that sometimes I still come across ones that I've already mined, especially if I get myself turned around or.
Fair enough.
And I'm just like, checking around. Ooh, 24%. That'll do nicely. Right, once I've finished mining this asteroid, I'm going to have to go AFK again for more fluids.
Alright.
Might seem weird that I drink so much, but I've been a victim of kidney stones probably about 10 times in the last 10 years, so.
I drink a lot too, I just don't get up to do it.
Yeah, I'm
I've
drinking coffee. I've got a big bottle of juice down here as well, which I try and match with my coffees. So for every cup of coffee, I try and have a cup of water as well. Just plain water or a bit of juice just to match it.
Nice. I just have a big bottle of water like next to me at all times.
Yeah. I don't know if you've got my stream open, but I have a bottle of liquid as well, like this.
Yeah, I do have your stream open.
Yeah, so I have a big bottle of water, juice, and also coffees. So I'm constantly drinking liquids, which is why I'm also constantly going to the toilet. But I've not had a kidney stone now in 2 years, and I'd much rather have no kidney stones and go to the toilet all the time than not go to the toilet all the time and have that horrible, painful kidney stones. However, the morphine they give you is quite pleasant, but it's not something that I'd trade for.
Understandable.
Yeah, quite an interesting experience when you're under the morphine, but I'd rather not have the kidney stones in the first place. Come on, Dexter, let me open the door so I can go to the toilet. No, you're staying out of the kitchen. I'm using it as a bloody latrine today. Right, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Cheers, bro. Hello.
Hello.
I think I might take a bit of an AFK in about, I don't know, half an hour's time, even if I've not finished.
Okay.
Gonna go with the missus, take the dog for a bit of a walk.
Okay.
Should also be able to deal with any pirate invaders. I put some pulse lasers back on this thing, so they usually
You're
only.
logging off then.
You're what? Sorry.
You're logging off then.
Not right now. Just have another cup of coffee. The missus is going to sit down, watch some TV, have a drink or something. Probably be about half an hour's time until she goes. So.
All right.
Ooh, 35.4% asteroid.
Nice.
Score.
I've come across an NPC miner.
Oh yeah.
Just some guy in an adder just sitting above me.
Not exactly worth destroying him for the his cargo, is it? He's not going to exactly have a lot in there.
I mean, I would also get a
Yeah.
notoriety point.
Yep. Not really
I'm having
worth
trouble
it.
with that word, to be honest.
Notoriety. Yeah, it's a bit of a crappy one. Oh, there's my sort of bi-hourly lag spike. No idea why it does that. Still haven't figured it out. I run at
Nice.
I've got my frame rate capped, and I run at sort of 120 frames per second constantly, and every now and then, so I've got an i7 7700 and a 1080 Ti, more than enough to play Elite, but every now and then it just stops, carries on, stops, carries on, and then it'll do it fine, play again fine for another 2 hours, and then about 2 hours later it'll do the same thing. It's proper weird. I've no idea why. I've looked
What's
for
the refresh rate on your monitor?
100 hertz.
100.
Yeah, it's an
That's
ultra
a weird
wide one.
number.
It is an odd one, isn't it? But I looked at some when I was in the shops. But it's perhaps my old eyes, but I couldn't see any difference between 100 and 144, and there were no 21 by 9 monitors at 144. And I wanted an ultra wide, and 100 hertz was more than enough for me, so I went with that.
Fair enough.
Works for me.
I was gonna say if you have a 60 hertz one, like most people do, then the 120 FPS frame cap isn't gonna do you any good.
No, the unfortunately Elite doesn't have 100 as a frame cap. It's got 90, and then 120, and this also has G-Sync as well, so just capping it at 120 just
I mean,
keeps
you
it
could use
close.
external software to cap the frame rate.
Yeah, but it's all built in, so may as well
Fair
use the
enough.
stuff that's built in. G-Sync's really quite good. Really
Fair
does
enough.
really stops tearing and things. And most things go over 100 FPS anyway with this setup, so I'm happy.
All right.
Especially Elite, you know what I mean? It's not exactly graphically demanding. Despite it being a very pretty game, it's really not that graphically demanding, is it? It's pretty well
I mean,
optimized, I think.
if you want to run it on maximum, then like it can be a bit demanding. But
I'm pretty
compared
sure,
to
yeah.
other games that look like this, then I'd say it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got everything on maximum. I'm going to double check, 'cause I'm pretty sure I have. If I haven't, I'm going to turn it up. That's for sure. 100 hertz refresh rate limit. Quality is high. Can't go any higher than that. Ultra, bloom. Oh, bloom can go ultra. Yeah, there's not much else to play with here, actually. Yeah, everything's on either high or ultra. Let's see what we've got. Texture quality, so we've got high, shadows got ultra, blooms ultra, super sampling not necessary, ambient occlusions on max, environment quality is max, FX quality, depth of field, material, galaxy map, terrain, ultra, 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 ultra. Yeah, I can't turn anything else up,
Nice.
and it generally stays well above 100 FPS. I mean, when I'm wandering around in semi-empty space, it hits over 200 sometimes. So I was like, looking at my temperatures and things yesterday and thinking, yeah, okay, well they're well within limits, but I do not need 200 FPS, so I just capped it at 120, and my GPU went from 100% usage down to 50. And of course the
Nice.
CPU temperature went down by about 20 degrees as well, because it just doesn't need all that power to play this game, which makes me
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
think it's pretty well optimized.
It is
Another one of the
compared to a bunch of
things,
other games.
yeah, definitely. I mean, Frontier get a lot of stuff wrong, but they certainly get a lot of stuff right as well.
Yeah.
Go
When it
limited.
comes to Frontier, people complain too much.
They do.
That they're so much better than other studios like EA and Ubisoft.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the game. I mean, it's a one-to-one scale model of the freaking galaxy, for crying out loud. That's no small feat. It really isn't. That is
Yeah,
there's a huge engineering accomplishment, software engineering accomplishment. It's just fantastic.
definitely.
I don't think they get enough credit either for the fact that it's a one-to-one scale of the galaxy.
I mean, yeah, it is a one-to-one. That like that's what it's representing, but like we don't even know how the real one is one-to-one. So like doing a representation of something that isn't discovered is kind of hard.
It is,
So
but the stuff that we do know, I love the fact that they've got all the stuff we do know, like some of the biggest nebulas, like the Lionhead Nebula and the Pillars of
yeah,
Creation and things like
definitely.
that, and Sagittae. They've done the bits they can do. I'm really impressed that they've included them so well.
If you get the permit for the Sol system, like the system that we live in,
I
right?
think I have. I think I do have. I'll have a check. I'm pretty sure I've got that.
You can actually go to Sol, and like based on calculations on where they would be in the year 3306, you can
Yeah,
go
that's where
and find the Voyager drones.
Yeah. Oh, find the Voyager drones.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Where does it say where you? It says it somewhere.
It's in inventory, I think. No, it isn't.
It tells you what permits
It's
you've got,
in
doesn't it?
status and permits on
There
the
we go.
right panel.
Yeah, I've got a Sol permit. I've never been there yet though. I really ought to go there at some point. But yeah, I do have a permit for Sol.
It's just a fun little feature that you can actually go find the Voyagers.
That is a very cool feature. I had no idea. How dare you watch Dexter without me? Can't you watch some of one of your cooking shows until we can sit down and watch it together? You know I love it. It's one of my favourite TV shows ever. She's watching that serial killer TV show that I was telling you about yesterday without me. Just not right.
I noticed.
You do what without me? So you mean I've missed more than one episode? You miserable bitch. I know I'm brave, aren't I? Most men would be destroyed for calling their wives something like that, but no, I just go for it.
I mean, really just depends on what kind of person the wife is, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she beats me up. She just beats me up off camera when I stop streaming.
Blink twice if you need help.
Yeah. Million times. Help me, help me. Whereabouts are you from, by the way?
Germany.
Germany. Cool. One of my brother-in-law, Morose, he's over in Germany at the moment. His girlfriend, Vivian, Faye, F-E-I, the one who had admin on the group, she's German. So they've
Nice.
gone over to visit her family.
Nice.
And then I've got another couple of buddies, one in Holland and one in Denmark. Although they are not into this sort of game, so I've not been speaking to them so much lately.
I have a surprising amount of buddies that are from the Netherlands. Like I go play an online game, meet some cool people, and then I befriend them.
Yeah.
And when I go and ask them where they're from, it's like a 40% chance that they're just randomly from the Netherlands.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd think it'd be a bit more widespread, or yeah, I know what you mean. That's bizarre. Netherlands are obviously just big gamers.
big boy gamer country.
Yeah, big boy gamer country.
Big boy. How much cargo you got?
How much what, sorry?
How much cargo you got?
92 out of 192, so I've still got a long way to go.
How long have you been mining before I showed up?
Nothing. It only just sort of started when you showed up.
Oh,
I'd
fair enough.
only just turned up. I think you turned up when I was at about, I don't know, 10.
Okay, that's fair enough then. You didn't have that much of a head start.
No. But what are you at now? 200?
110.
Yeah, okay, so you're not that far ahead. Yesterday was pretty embarrassing when you did like double the amount that I did. I was like, wow, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you did like get up every 5 minutes.
True. This is true. Thank you for letting me off the hook on that one. This is true, yeah.
I mean, all in the sake of fairness, you know?
Yeah, I'm not too far. I mean, these people who say they like it, oh, 200 mil an hour. I'm like, yeah, maybe if you're absolutely hardcore in it, but I'm not too bothered about breaking records at how much money I'm making an hour. I'm just chilling, playing the game, relaxing, having fun. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
This is a 25% asteroid here.
I'm a bit too far away from you.
Okay.
Actually, it's only 30 kilometers. I could come over. Just let me finish collecting these.
Yeah, I might. My only issue with going to an Anaconda is that now that I've got some engineered parts on this Python, it's just so much better than stock, and they're not going to. I mean, they will go on the Anaconda, but they're not going to be ideal. You know, like the frameshift drive is like a 5.8 engineered one, and I'm sure the Anaconda's probably got a 6 frameshift drive
To
or
be
something.
honest, you could just get the Anaconda and like leave the engineered parts on your Python and just do more engineering on the Conda.
I could, but again, I don't know as I've got enough bits to engineer it yet. I need to do more
That's part of
material
the
farming.
loop. You collect stuff.
Yeah, I need to go do some more material farming, I think, before I could engineer the bits that I wanted on the Conda. All I really want, the bits that I'm finding most useful is, 30% asteroid, is the thrusters and the frameshift drive. There would be the two essential things that I'd like to have engineered on the Conda, just so that it can jump further and be a bit more maneuverable.
Hmm
And then I'd be
You're
really happy
gonna
with it.
probably want a power plant too.
Yeah, power plant as well. Yeah, that's a good point. But frameshift drive, so it's less to jump from where I'm mining to where I'm selling, and thrusters just because it makes the ship faster, so much faster, and easier to control.
So do you engineer your ships with the sole purpose of being mining?
At the moment, no. Well, yes, no. Difficult one. No, the first time I started, when I first started engineering, it was for my crate for weaponry. For combat, for pirate hunting, so that was why I had like the thrusters and the power distributor and things like that. But since moving to the Python, I've found those same things, the power distributor, the FSD, the thrusters, they're all very useful for mining as well. So I don't know, I'm going to go and see what I need to do at some point. I'll get an Anaconda, and then I'll take it over to, or rather I'll take something else over to Farseer, and then see what I need to do. Get the Anaconda transported over there, and then just see what I need to do with it.
Just for the record, the Anaconda has a size 6 frameshift drive.
Yeah. I mean, will it benefit from the modules that I've already got, even though they're not ideal? Or
I
is it?
mean, you could put them in, but then that leaves your Python without an FSD.
It does, but But because I'm just mining at the moment, I'd just stash the Python in a space station and carry on with the Anaconda instead. So I wouldn't need them for a bit until I could get the right sized ones engineered, and then I'd put these back in the
And
Python.
also, even an engineered size 5 FSD would be worse than an unengineered size 6 one.
It would. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it might not even though it's engineered, it might not be as good even as a standard size 6. Yeah.
I mean, actually, I could just go on Coriolis and check real quick.
Well, you don't need to do that for me, mate. Don't worry about it.
It's like no effort.
Okay.
There,
Cool.
it's already done.
Thank
The difference is about a 6A frameshift drive will get you 20.4 light years.
Yeah.
Max, and
On an Anaconda.
on an Anaconda.
Yeah.
And an like maximum grade 5 engineered 5A frameshift drive will get you 18.3.
So just a standard drive is better at this point anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have also found that the place where I'm selling these low temperature diamonds over in Tabit has a materials trader. It's one of the first ones I've actually seen that I can remember. So
What kind?
the physical materials, as opposed to emission, as opposed to data. Physical
You mean
items.
raw or manufactured?
Manufactured. Okay, yeah, manufactured materials. Oh, of course, yeah, the raw materials, manufactured materials, and emissions. Yeah, manufactured materials. So
Fair enough.
that's something I'm trying to keep in mind as in terms of.
In Aura, I can also tell you where you can find these, by the way.
Can find what? Sorry.
Material traders.
Material traders. What can?
In Aura.
In Ara. Yeah, it's pretty much the source of all knowledge, isn't it? In terms of finding things like that.
I mean, considering it's community fed, I would say yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of halfway between. Hello, Big Boss. Welcome. Oh, from YouTube. Now, be aware, Big Boss, there is a roughly 15-20 second delay between what you're seeing and when I chat to and when you hear me back. So if you want to join us over on Twitch, you're more than welcome to. In fact, I'm just going to say hi this way because it goes back quicker.
Honestly, I didn't think I'd ever watch the stream on YouTube. Have you?
No, but every now and then someone from YouTube just come and say hi, so I'll just let them know that they'll get a better response if they come over to Twitch, because it's for some reason Restreamio, I don't know if I mentioned it before, Restreamio is streaming to Twitch, Mixer, YouTube and Facebook at the same time, and Facebook,
Can
Twitch
you not
and
turn it
Mixer.
off?
Oh, I can, yeah, I'm just trying to increase my potential audience.
Fair.
So there's like only standard 2-second delay to Facebook, Twitch and Mixer, but for some reason YouTube is like 15 seconds behind. It's crazy. But welcome
Fair.
to the stream, Big Boss. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are mining, as you have probably noticed. I'm collecting monies so that I can go do other stuff without having to worry about money.
When's the last time you've done something that wasn't mining?
In the middle of last week when I was engineering my crate.
What I don't get is, okay, you're like not included in that because you are not a new player, but like some people,
Yeah.
they buy elite and then they go straight to mining and straight to grinding rank, and then they just have their Corvette and then, okay, cool, what now?
Yeah, they just waste a load of their own real time. They just miss so much enjoyment of the game, don't they, by just jumping straight to the end. Yeah, it's like, take it slow, take it steady. There's so much in the game to learn. I was reading a Reddit thread and someone was just sort of saying a similar thing, saying that people who just go mining is a great way to earn money, no question, but one of the reasons it's so far out of balance, you get so much money from it, that it's just creating a whole generation of elite pilots who can't fly.
Yeah.
And it's just not right, really. It's no fun. It's just no good for them or it's not good for them to enjoy the game. You want to start out small, you want to work your way up, take your time, explore, figure things out, maybe follow some guides, but not always follow a guide. Sometimes just figuring things out for yourself is going to be more fun.
Yeah.
Or follow a guide to a certain extent and then do the rest yourself. You know, just take your time. This game's massive. There's so much to offer.
That's the exact reason why when someone like asks me about how should I build my ship, what should I do, or like what should I put in the module slots, right? I never just give them a complete build. I tell them to make one themselves and then
Yeah,
send it to me, and then I can like take a look at it and tell them like if they've done something wrong, for example.
gotcha. Yes, Big Boss. I also play Forza Horizon 4. You'll find on my YouTube channel there's lots and lots of videos from Forza Horizons 4. Not been playing it so much lately. Gotta be honest with you, not really sure why. It's just sort of started losing its appeal a bit. It's not. I don't know. Forza Horizons 4 has got a funny thing about it at the moment, which is whenever you go on, you either see a few people who are really high prestige who've stuck it out and have played it for ages and are still there, or you just see noobs who haven't prestiged at all, and you kind of like all the middling players have gone. It doesn't seem to be holding people in, and
No middle ground.
yeah, there's no middle ground. It's either people who were started at the start and stay around, or people who have just found it and started playing it. People in the middle just seem to stop playing it. Now I still go on relatively regularly to do the weekly events because I do enjoy it, and I do enjoy driving around in Forza Horizons 4. It is a great game. It's really pretty. The cars handle nicely. Nice mix between realism and arcadey. And there's some awesome cars to drive around in as well, not to mention that. But yeah, it's gone a bit funny where it's not 25% asteroid, where it's not holding enough people's attention. I read an article the other day, why has everyone stopped playing Forza Horizons 4? And it was pretty much along those lines. So hopefully there's going to be some new. I think one of the things, I think they lost it. I think I started that. Do you play Forza Horizons 4 at all?
Me no.
No. When I bought it, I pre-ordered it, so I got all the expansions, of course, for free, as it were. Paid for it at the start, but yeah, got all the expansions for free. And the first one, Fortune Island, was great. It was a really good new island to go to, and there was brilliant drift track on there, and it was entertaining. It was a decent expansion. And then they eventually released the second expansion, and everyone was like, yeah, it's a joke, don't worry, it won't actually be that at all. It turned out not to be a joke, it was real, and it's Lego. They released a Lego expansion, and
Amazing.
yeah, so there's Lego cars, and people were just like, are you for real? I'm never pre-ordering Forza again, you know. And to
Some people just don't have a sense of humor.
yeah, to give it its due, it wasn't horrible, but once I'd completed it, I've never been back there again. In fact, I moved the location of it. Ooh, 34%. Once I'd finished the Lego Island, I've never been back there again. I've never been back there, not even once. Whereas the first the first patch, Fortune Island, I still go there quite regularly because there's some great drift zones and some great racetracks on there. But the Lego patch was just no, nuh-uh.
Understandable.
It was okay, as I say, it was okay to do it once, but yeah, it's not something you wanted to do again, or not something that held your interest for any longer than the brief moment it took you to finish it.
Fair.
Which was a shame.
Yeah. Is Forza Horizon the Formula One game you were streaming like a week ago?
No,
Or
Formula
is that a different
Horizons
one?
Formula Horizons is the arcade style one, where I drive in third person view. Formula One is pretty much first person view, and I haven't been able to
Oh,
play
no,
Formula
okay.
One much lately because I've got I've got an problem with my arm. I've got a pinched nerve in my right shoulder. This position's fairly comfortable, but I haven't played Formula 1 in a while because it can get a bit uncomfortable. That makes my arm hurt. Ooh, 28%. But I do really enjoy playing Formula 1. But because I haven't practiced very long, I also don't like streaming it. People don't tend to come and watch. It's not something that people come and watch streamed very much. And also, I've lost my edge because I've not been playing it as regularly as I should do. So, whilst I can still drive fast and still do decent lap times, I regularly make mistakes, which sort of ruin a race for me, put me in last place or something. I'll spin on a corner that I really shouldn't, and I'll spin out, and it's just a bit embarrassing to stream. So I wanted to go back to streaming it, whether or not people were watching, but once I've got the edge back again, I just need to play it a bit more regularly. Stop making these silly little mistakes. So I'm playing it mostly without any assists on, so it's just like you put a bit too much throttle down on your way out of a corner and spin the back end and ruin your race, and you're like, nope, crap. So yeah,
Makes sense.
I just wanted to just get my edge back before I go back to that one. But I do love Formula 1. I love it as a game. I love it in reality. It's something I watch all the time. I watch absolutely everything. Every practice session, every qualifying, every race. I've sacrificed this year so far. I've sacrificed watching the winter testing because we're trying to save some money. I've started a new job at Christmas, and 33%. Started a new job at Christmas, and it's paying me considerably less than the old one. So we've had to really tighten the belts a bit on money, and we got our Sky TV bill down from £67 to, what was it, Cal? 25. Kelly? We got our Sky bill down from 67 to 25. Yeah. So we got this Sky bill down from 67 to 25. That will go back up again by £18 when I add Formula 1. But because it's only one extra month, I'm going to miss all the winter testing and just go back to it once the races start in March.
Right, to be honest, cable TV is just such a scam.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive. We were quite lucky that we got it down to 25. They were able to offer us some really good deals because we've been with Sky for 15 years plus. So they were fairly generous with giving us some decent deals on it. So what will that go up to? 35, back up to £38, but it's still better than 67. We're still saving 30 quid a month on it. But I'm looking forward to the next season because this should be a real good one. This season should. Last season was fantastic, and it was because they'd changed some of the design of the cars, and they were able to follow much closer than they had been for previous years. Do you follow it at all, Formula 1?
No, I'm not much into racing.
Okay, yeah, the front wings on a Formula 1 cars over the last few years had gotten ridiculously complex. I mean, just ridiculously complex. If you look, if at any point you're just intrigued just to see what I mean, if you Google front wing of a Formula 1 car in, say, 2018, the number of...
I know the mechanics and the engineering parts of it. I just don't like the actual races.
Why do you not like the races?
I don't know. It's not very exciting to me to watch like a bunch of cars drive in circles.
Exactly. Well, because there was no overtaking and stuff. Was that one of the reasons that it didn't interest you? Because it got very
one of the reasons, yes, but like the main reason is just essentially it's just a bunch of cars driving in circles.
Yeah, well, it got very much like that and worse between sort of 2016 and 2018. It got really bad because the regulations on the front wings were pretty lax, and they just got so complicated. The front wings ended up with like 30 different elements to try and direct airflow to the right places and deflect it away from the wrong places and stuff like that. And then in 2019 they changed the rules, so you were only allowed 5 elements on the wings, and it just completely transformed it. And last season was amazing. It was just race after race that was just edge of your seat stuff. And instead of one car dominating everything and Hamilton dominating everything, or anyone dominating everything, there was like Vettel was not doing very well. Leclerc in the Ferrari was just completely annihilating Vettel. He was winning races, he was getting pole positions. Verstappen from Holland was winning races and getting pole positions, and Hamilton was winning races and getting pole positions, and it was just, and the racing was just fabulous. There was so many overtakes. They were able to follow closer than before. Like, there was about a 5-race run where every single race was absolutely fabulous, with real exciting finishing, like people rolling the dice with 10 laps to go. What was it? It was Verstappen and Hamilton right behind him, and he just could not get past Verstappen. And with 10 laps to go, they took a gamble and brought him in to the pits and changed his tyres. And Verstappen's like, oh, well, you need to do the same thing to me. And we're like, well, we can't. He's already done it. If we do that now, you're going to come out behind him. And he does have the faster car right now. So all of a sudden, Hamilton's 25 seconds behind, and he catches up 25 seconds in the space of 10 laps and overtakes him on the second to last lap, or the last lap, I think. I can't remember. And then there was just like 5 races in a row. There was Austria, Hungary, Great Britain, Germany, which was voted the best race of last year. The German race was just completely wet race, and it was epic. Everybody was spinning off. All of the top drivers. Hamilton span off, managed to smash his front wing up and had to pit. He ended up pitting 7 times in total.
Oh boy.
Vettel did really well, managed to stay on the track and he had an engine penalty, I think, from qualifying or something like that. Started last, finished second. Verstappen was like 12th and ended up winning the race. Started 12th, ended up winning the race. The new French kid, Leclerc, he smashed his car up, crashed into the barrier at like 5 miles an hour and just beached it in the gravel. Man, it was just, the whole season was just absolutely amazing. And because there's very little rule changes for this season, it should be very, very similar. And it was just an absolutely fabulous time. And I cannot wait for this season to start, because the rules haven't changed much, so it should be very, very similar. And then in 2021, massive, massive changes to the rules. The cars are going to look totally different. It's a huge, huge change.
Aren't they?
Yeah, just a quick Google of the 2020. If you Googled the 2020 F1 cars or 2019 cars, because they're going to be pretty similar from last year to this year, and then the 2021 cars, wow, the differences. Visually, they just look so different.
2021.
It's an absolute. There's so many rule changes that they've had to completely redesign the cars. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
That looks weird.
Yeah, it's extremely different. This year, Hamilton, if he wins this year's championship, is on to match Vettel's record of 7 world titles.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Exciting.
it is. I'm really looking forward to it. Ooh, another 27% asteroid. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really looking forward now. I've got about another month to go and then the races start again. Really looking forward to it. How many collector limpets have you got running any one time?
9.
9. Yeah, I've got 6 at the moment.
Just a trade-off between cargo space and limpets, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I got a Discord message.
Where are we up to? 137 fragments. So, inventory, that's not bad. Almost there.
I don't know how you do it.
You what, sorry?
I don't know how you do it.
Do what?
You and Mitch and Phil and whoever the fourth one was. How do you just open the game, mind the whole time, close the game?
We're just really trying to make a bit of money at the moment, just so we don't have to worry about it for a while. I'm thinking like 2 billion, and then I can
I
go off
mean,
do other stuff.
I did that too, but like mining is, especially laser mining, is definitely the one of the most boring things about this game.
I quite enjoy it, to be honest with you. I quite enjoy it for now. I mean, you've been doing it obviously a lot longer than I have, but I quite enjoy it for now. I mean, I've made 1 billion credits in the last 24 hours.
Well, thing
So
is, you just need to be in the mood for it. You can't just like do it every day.
no,
But, well,
that's
I can't.
go on. No, that's why my plan is to get up to say 1.5, 2 billion credits, and then go do something else. Engineering, working on engineering, stuff like that. I just wanted to get to a point where I don't have to worry about money for a while, and I can buy ships and kit them out and
Yeah.
just not worry about credits. And then once I start running out again, I'll go back to do some more mining and make some more money. But yeah, I just wanted a comfortable buffer so I can not worry about cash. Because
Do you
I've
plan
paid.
on buying a carrier when they come out?
Oh god, yeah, I do. When that comes out, I definitely want to buy that. So yeah, I'm going to save up for that as well. But I when I finished playing, I took quite a long hiatus from it. I played for about 2 years after it came out, and then took about 2.5 years away, maybe 3,
Mm,
because I got a bit annoyed with the engineering. I couldn't quite wrap my head around it, which is now not a problem. I'm pretty much understanding what I need to do now, and so it's not quite so much of a problem. Um, But when I finished, I had 400 million credits. So when I came back, I'd got a collection of ships, 4 or 5 ships, and about 400 million. And then because so much had changed, I just died so often. And my Python was costing me 10 mil rebuy and things like that. And I just was running out of money. Just slowly running out of money. Just drained it, and I got to less than 90. So I thought to
less
myself,
than what?
90 million. I'd gone to less than 90 million credits, and I was like, right, I need to do something about this. So let's go out, learn how to mine, build up the cash. I mean, once I've finished this particular session, I'll be back over 1 billion again. So it was like, yeah, let's get out there, earn some money, and then we can focus on other things at a later date.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So yeah, I won't be out here forever. Just enough to get me some good working money, and then I'll be off doing other things, engineering mostly.
Fair.
I think my next plan in terms of engineering is to go over to Jameson's and farm loads of emission data, so that I can.
Oh yeah, you can go to Jameson's Memorial now, can't you? In Shinrota Desra.
You say that as if I wouldn't have been able to before.
Wait, no,
Is
no,
there
you
a
can, because you were combat elite. Never mind.
okay? Do you have to be combat elite to get there?
You have to be at least one elite rank. It doesn't
Ah,
matter which one, but you need elite.
interesting. Ah, well, I hit 2 elite yesterday. I had no idea I was so close to trade elite, but there it was. Boom! All of a sudden.
Mm. Nice thing about that station is just you can go there and build a ship in one go, because like it has every module in the galaxy and every ship at all
Wow,
times.
really? And which station's that?
Jameson Memorial in Shinrata Desra.
Wow, yeah. I'm gonna have to bookmark that one because I want to get a crate Phantom, stick that in the station somewhere for later use for exploration, maybe.
Nice thing is also if you've reached elite rank, you get a 2%, 2.5% discount on
Ooh.
anything you buy all the time, always,
Oh, at every station, anywhere.
at every station. But like it's only 2.5%, right?
Okay.
Um, at Jameson's Memorial, you get, like I said, you have every ship, every module at all times.
Yeah.
And the station itself also offers a 10% discount on everything. So with
Nice.
the elite bonus, you get like 12% off.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Excellent. That's got every ship, every module. I like that a lot. I'm going to have to remember that one. Ooh, 28%. Likey. Yep, I'm going to have to remember that one then. Get that one bookmarked to somewhere to go when I want stuff. I'll probably head over there to buy my Anaconda and get it A rated. since it'll have everything I need.
Once you like unlock the Guardian stuff and all those modules, Jameson Memorial will also stock those. You just don't have access to them until you unlock them.
Excellent. But my plan's to get to grips with engineering first, and then I'm going to go guardianing afterwards. One thing at a time. Otherwise, I'll just confuse my poor little brain.
Sure. Well, the difference is like with engineering, you have to like constantly do it on every ship you get, right? Because you want to re-engineer everything. With the Guardian things, it's just you go get the data, you like get the blueprint, you unlock them once, and then you just have it forever.
And then you can just buy them and put them on any ship. Yeah, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I'm not sure if I've told you or there was someone else, but the one thing I recommend getting, like definitely soon-ish, is the FSD booster.
Yeah, the Guardian FSD booster. Definitely sounds, yeah, definitely jump range is just, yeah, really important, isn't it? Or it's one of the most important things. So helpful getting around.
I mean, technically speaking, it isn't like important, but like it's just so nice to have because it's just quality of life.
Yeah.
Because you like spend less time traveling.
Yeah, more time doing. Yeah, for sure.
Oh boy. I'm actually starting to doubt if I'm gonna have the patience to fill up my car gold again.
I'm at 155 now, so I'm almost close to being full.
I'm at 204.
How much money have you got in your pocket at the moment anyway then? I mean, do you even need to?
I mean, I don't need to, but like, I don't know how much the fleet carriers will cost,
Yeah,
so
yeah, you can never have too much in that sense then, can you?
yeah.
Especially with the...
Right now, let's just say after this mining run, I'm gonna have above 7 billion.
Nice.
And I think this is gonna be the last mining run I'm gonna be doing for a while. Because like, I just can't be bothered anymore. How much do you have?
I have 836 million at the moment. This one will take me just over 1 billion. Probably
Nice.
about to 1.1 billion.
Nice.
A couple more runs. As I say, I can't decide whether I 1.5 or 2 billion, just so I can go do other stuff for a while and not have to worry about money.
You're gonna do that with a different ship then? Or keep you doing it with a Python?
I can't decide. I cannot decide whether I should just finish it off with the Python or spend the time engineering an Anaconda to do it. If I did then, if I went with the Anaconda, I'd probably go longer than just.
I mean,
1.5
eventually you're
billion.
gonna want an Anaconda anyway.
Yeah. Indeed. Oh, 20%. Nice. Yeah.
Like even if you don't want to use it for mining.
Yeah. I'm gonna need one anyway, or want one anyway. Yeah. But if I get an Anaconda soon, I'm gonna go mining with it, and then that's just gonna have more capacity for mining
I'm
faster
actually
and more efficient.
not too sure if the Anaconda is even good for mining.
It shouldn't be too bad if it's got better, more optional internals, and it's got more. I know it's got more hard points and things like that. So in theory, it shouldn't be any worse than the Python, and I'll be able to hold more cargo. So in theory,
Well, yeah, it's gonna have more cargo, but like it's also much larger, so it's gonna be a bit more difficult to maneuver it around asteroid fields.
That's why I need to engineer those thrusters first of all. First things first, engineering thrusters.
Actually, I think that should only matter if you go deep core mining, because like it's gonna be hard to like get between the asteroid and like do the abrasion blaster stuff. You know, for laser mining it should be good.
I just like the speed increase it gives you. Turns faster, goes faster. Everything's just faster.
Yeah.
I really love
Oh,
the
but
engineered thrusters.
Just generally speaking, don't expect the Anaconda to be fast, even engineer it.
No, just in relative terms, faster. That's all I'm really concerned about. The Python,
Right.
you see, was a bit. I've always felt the Python was a bit sluggish. It wasn't too bad, but I've always felt it a bit sluggish. And then when I swapped over these engineered thrusters from my crate to it, it's become really maneuverable again, or rather, really maneuverable. And it's 30%, 31. Yeah, and it's just become. It changed the ship completely, in my opinion. It just turned the ship from being a bit of a slug into being quite nimble.
Nice. But yeah, there's a bunch of ships that with their thrusters, the top speed goes up a lot, but like the maneuverability is just still kind of trash. The cutter is one of them. I have the thrusters on G5, like the max engineering you can have.
Yeah.
It still can't turn for shit, but like it boosts at over 500 meters per second.
Wow, that's nice. Yeah, that's fast. I can't
Especially
get
considering
500.
its size.
Sorry, go on.
Hmm?
I was just saying, yeah, I don't have 500 on the Python.
I mean,
Right.
you also don't have G5 thrusters, do you?
I think so. I'm not sure.
You did
I'll
them
have
at
to check.
Farsia, right?
Just one sec. Almost time to go for a walk. Yes, Felicity. I went to someone else who did my power distributor and plasma lasers, but so
The
Felicity
Dweller.
only does up to grade 3 on thrusters.
Yes, she doesn't do G5.
Right. I'll go to whoever does G5 and yeah, see what that can do.
Yeah. That would be Professor Palin, and he's kind of a bitch to unlock.
Let me have a look and see which ones I've got unlocked. Yeah, I don't have Professor Palin unlocked.
If you want, you can also like check out again on Inara. It has a page on engineers, meeting requirements, how to rank them up, what they do, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm just gonna have a look real quick.
Why do I keep
Engineering.
getting offers for salvage contracts? Not interested. Go away.
For Professor Palin, you need to unlock Marco Quent and rank him up to at least grade 3. To get Marco Quent, you need the Sirius permit, and you need to rank up Elvira Martuk to at least grade 3.
I've
And
got
to get,
Elvira Martuk.
do you have her like leveled?
Not yet. I've not been to it yet.
Fair.
She's unlocked, but she's going to need Suntil relics. I can buy them at Sharanovsky City and the Naguri system. Okay, cool. I've got Felicity Farseer and the Dweller, both grade 5 at the moment. So I've still got quite a lot more engineers to unlock in that sense. And that's as I say, that's going to be my next task, is to do all that engineer unlocking. 169.
Unlocking the brunt of the engineers that you're gonna want at some point takes roughly 100 hours of gameplay time.
Wow, that's brutal.
I mean, you don't have to do it like all in one go.
No, true enough, but that's a lot of gameplay time, isn't it? 100 hours.
I mean, unless you like rush through it, but like that, it's still gonna be a bunch.
And of course, there's still the material farming aspect of it as well.
Yeah.
Right. I left my ship out here last night for about an hour, and I was safe. wondering whether I should probably just call this one. I've got 107. I'll have more than 170 in cargo. I might just call it 170. Just head back to the local station to log off, and then
That's
go.
fair enough.
Yeah, that's still a good 200 million. So I can go out for a walk. Take the dog.
The dog.
The dog. Take this as a dog.
I thought I was the German here.
You are. Indeed. Generally just randomly say words from different languages. Just, I don't know. We don't speak different languages. I've always been impressed with Europeans' ability to speak their own language and English, and probably something else as well. Whereas people in England, we just speak English, and we're like, yeah, well, everyone else should speak English, so sod 'em.
Right, you're saying Europeans. I was about to say you're one as well, but
Not
you're not anymore,
anymore.
are you? Since Friday.
Not anymore. Bloody fools.
Were you not a supporter?
No. Stay stronger together.
I mean, what happened happened. We'll see what time brings.
Indeed.
Oh boy.
Well, I definitely think we were all stronger together.
I've read some valid points to leave, but
yeah,
in
definitely.
the end, it's not my country. I don't really have a say in it. Like,
there was definitely plus points and negative points. I think there always will be, but I think, in my opinion, it's just overall it would have been better to stay. But we will see what happens, won't we? See what time brings it. For example, I mean, it's just split in England. It's split in Great Britain for a start. The Scottish are talking about independence again, so that they can say, and they've already said to the European Union, hold a seat for us because we didn't want to leave. England voted to leave. We all voted to stay, but there wasn't enough of us to swing the vote. So we're now going to try and go independent from England, and then please let us back into the EU. So yeah, it's like, jeez.
Where do you live in the UK?
I'm pretty much right in the middle, Nottingham. So right in the middle of the UK.
So England.
Yeah, very much.
Not Irish, not Scottish.
Yeah, very much in the middle of England, of the UK, in England. Yeah.
Fair. Is it true what they say? Is the weather really like that bad in the UK?
Yep.
Always.
It's pretty random. Yeah, it's even in the middle of summer. You can just get really cold days and it's pissing it down. And then even like in times like now where it's February almost, or just beginning of February, and it's should be really cold. We've been having days where it's 13, 14 degrees. And then that was so like Thursday and Friday they were the temperature was above 10, and today it's down below 5 again and windy and rainy. It's just
That's an oddity.
It is so random. Apparently it's mostly down to the Gulf Stream, which comes across from the American side, so across the Atlantic, comes across there and goes up and above England, and that just generally creates crazy weather. So we get cold weather coming down from the poles, and then we get warm weather coming up from the south, and it's just really random. Really random.
So what you're saying is it's Trump's fault?
Yeah, it's always Trump's. Everything's Trump's fault. The guy's an idiot. I mean, if Brexit wasn't funny enough, just following the American politics is amusing, isn't it? They are so messed up.
I still can't believe. I don't know if we should be talking like politics on Twitch.
yeah, could get in trouble. But still, that might get us some viewers. Nice.
I just think it's funny, like the shit that he tweets.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, I can't believe they even allow him to have his own Twitter account. Someone should have said, dude, you need to stop tweeting because you're an idiot.
I know a lot of geniuses, and this guy's not one of them. I myself have a very high IQ. It is among the highest in the world.
Seriously, he said that.
He did say that, yeah.
Oh my god.
He also made a public threat to Turkey on Twitter.
What a cheese brain. The guy's an idiot.
I mean, it just goes to show that the president of the U.S. doesn't really have any power at all.
No, it's all about money. Person who's got the
I mean,
most
not
money
even about
gets
money. It's
elected.
just like the president is just a front man that like the rest of the government can like blame everything on.
Yeah. The president himself basically just gets there by money under normal circumstances. Well, you know, sometimes it can just be the money, and in Trump's case, that was what it was. He was a very very rich person, and he's just spent more money than anybody else, and he got elected as a result.
I still believe that like the initial like the first vote, the first term he did, was because people voted for him as a like for example I'm an American, right? Like
Okay.
hypothetically. I voted for Trump as a joke, but so did my brother, and so did my mother, and so did my
Yeah.
neighbors, and so did my neighborhood, and like everyone just did it as a joke, and then he like actually got voted.
Yeah, and then everyone's like, "Oh crap, we didn't expect that."
Mm,
Right,
like
I am just finishing mining this asteroid, and then the missus is already in a coat, ready to go. So I'm going to have to go AFK.
alright, fair enough.
What have I got? I've got 182. Oh, come on, 10 more. I should be all right just leaving my ship out here AFK. I can't imagine. I did it for over an hour last night. We won't be gone for more than half an hour. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll just put it full system.
As long as nobody like drops in on you, it should be fine.
Because we're in a private group, it should be okay. It's not like I'm in open. So
I mean, even in open, people are like random players aren't going to find you inside an asteroid ring.
hopefully not, no.
I would be
Right.
very surprised if they did.
Where are we up to? Let's have a look. I've got a few more spots. 185. Right, I'm out of limpets. 7 more diamonds, and I am absolutely full up. And this last
Do you want
one.
some? Do you want some limpets?
No, I think I'm good, and I can always just 6 more diamonds, and I'm completely full.
Fair enough.
If I get completely full, I'm just going to log off, because when I log off, when I log back in, I can just jump straight out of here.
Just keep in mind, since you have a 4A refinery, you can technically have 10 more diamonds in your cargo hold than your cargo hold can have.
Yep. Right, so where am I up to? I've got 188. Jesus, I'm happy with that. Oh, and I'm still. Come on. Couple more.
What?
One more. Yeah, one more. Should be 189. 189 out of 192. Screw it. I'm happy with that. Right.
Nice.
Logging off to menu. I don't care about 3 low temperature diamonds. Right, that's it. I've logged off to menu. And
Just keep in mind when you log back in, there's going to be a
pirate
pirate
will
next
spawn.
to you.
Yeah, I should be able to outrun him and get into Super Cruise easy enough. Or I should be able to kill him because I've got some.
Okay, just saying.
Three 3A pulse lasers. But yes, thank you very much. I'm aware that there will be a pirate on my ass. I should be able to get away though. Right, I'll catch you in a bit, Bubble. I'm going to stop the stream for now, and I'll see you later.
See ya.
See you later, bro.